Hey everyone, Straz here, bringing you the video patch notes for 2024.1.1, the first big release of the year. Let's get right into it and talk about what's new. First up, traditional Chinese is now available as a tooltip language. Also in language support news, the client will attempt to detect a language of your operating system on first launch, and automatically localize the tooltips, provided they're available. We got a few more UI improvements too. You'll find a clear button on the in-game keyboard. No more smashing backspace a billion times. You also find that clicking or tapping the header of UI menus will scroll them right back to the top quickly. Once again, no more having to rapidly scroll or grab anything. The Groups tab as well as Search have both been improved. Groups can now be searched via the global Search UI. We've made a few small improvements to the Search UI too, such as defaulting to all so you can have the best results quicker. And finally, we've added an Avatar Details button to the main menu profile page. This button is the same one that's found in the quick menu and should let you inspect other players' avatars and imposters a lot easier. That's it for new features. Now to fixes. And as you can probably guess by the length of this video, there are a few. First, as has been the case with the last few updates, we've got a lot of performance updates for you. Image loading speed has been greatly improved across all menus. We've stuffed in a ton of memory improvements and general load time improvements. We've also fixed a ton of things related to localization, tooltips, and toggles. With that out of the way, improved voice audio fade-in behavior when joining worlds. We now keep your local microphone disabled until you visually enter the world. Speak your secrets into the loading screen void with confidence. Fixed issues with simplified Chinese, Japanese, and Korean languages not displaying their characters correctly. Fixed an issue where the emergency avatar would load when holding down the right menu button. It now correctly requires both menu buttons to be held on VR controllers, or backslash on the keyboard, while switching avatars or loading worlds. We also made a bunch of fixes to portals. Dormant static portals show whether they will lead to public or private instances. When entered, they show user count, countdown timer, group name like dynamic portals do. Fixed several bugs that could cause static portals to not send users to the same instance, and fixed an issue with world portals spamming exceptions and the output log. We've also made multiple camera fixes. We fixed bloom and vignette post-processing effects from causing transparency artifacts on pictures taken with the environment layer disabled. MSAA is now enabled correctly for handheld camera pictures. Depth of field effects are now always consistent between the camera preview and saved pictures, regardless of the configured output resolution. We fixed preload notifications, sometimes not appearing when preloading multiple worlds in succession. Likewise, preload notifications are now automatically dismissed as you join the preloaded world. Custom emojis now properly refresh if a new emoji is uploaded when the custom emoji menu is already open. You should no longer see avatars colored pink in a T-pose animation for a frame when someone switches avatars. Fixed an issue where the first chat box message notification sent by a remote user would be played at full volume, regardless of distance from the local user. Purchasing enough VRChat Plus for a player to grant them more than 10 years of subscription time no longer breaks the purchasing flow. Some of you really love VRChat. Fixed avatars occasionally failing to load when switching to a local test avatar and then going to a new world instance. Fixed a microphone toggle button sometimes not working after using input fields. VRChat no longer reports the incorrect listening port for OSC when changing it via the launch parameter. OSC movement input no longer sporadically disables VR tracking. Avatar particle systems are now synchronized in mirror clones. You might have seen this one before in a previous patch. We had to revert that, but here it is again. Fixed an issue that prevented group activity from loading on the main menu's social tab. Changed the number of pickups in range of each hand that can be reliably processed from 32 to 96. This should make pickups much more reliable. Chatbox size settings no longer affect nameplate size. They're separate sizes now. Avatar details now properly display download size on default avatars. Double-clicking the Groups tab in the main menu now opens up the search page and default results in the Groups tab. Cursor position now updates immediately when using the keyboard, even at low frame rates. And the keyboard no longer randomly opens in certain media player worlds. Added new buttons to clear the cache in the debug menu. Fixed an issue on non-VR platforms, and mobile, where screen space canvases will disappear forever if you open the camera. Triple-clicking text within the keyboard will now select all the text within the field. Fix some audio devices not being detected after a disconnect or reconnect. Fixed a bug that could leave the personal mirror slightly askew even when mirror snapping was enabled. That would drive me nuts. And that's everything. Like I said, a lot of fixes. In fact, there were so many that we left a couple out, which you can find in our patch notes, linked in the description. Anyway, that's all for now. Thanks for watching. See you next time.